All right, I know I'm a little bit late, just kind of because of my work schedule and stuff. We are going to do the House of Dragon reviews on this channel probably every Thursday. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it and talk about the first episode of House of the Dragon season 2. We are finally here. Now, this show I think is peak television. The first season was amazing. I was intrigued the entire way through. I thought that the tension that was built was very present and very well done. I was invested in every storyline that was happening. Even when we had lack of action scenes, the dialogue and, like I said, the tension that was built around that dialogue and what was happening, I thought was extremely well done. So like most people getting into season 2, I was extremely excited to see it. Actually, even a little pissed off because I didn't get to see it on Sunday due to the whole work schedule thing. So I was anticipating this episode for a good minute, even after its release. And I do gotta say this, so far, this first episode was dope, dude. It was a well thought out and a well built episode that lets you know and set the stage for everything that is to come. Now, I am a normie when it comes to the world of Game of Thrones. I haven't read the books. I've really only watched the Game of Thrones series, obviously, and now we're in the House of Dragon. So I don't really have much context or foresight of what's going to happen. So I'm gonna lean on y'all to kind of give me a little bit of the tidbits and what you think is going to be going on in the rest of the season. But first thing that I've noticed when we jumped into this episode was the budget. You know, I'm not too sure what the exact number of the budget for season 2 was. I have heard things floating around that it was kind of around the same amount as the Acolyte series. The Acolyte had $180 million in their budget, but regardless of what the price was, it feels very well spent in this episode. It feels very true to the era that they're trying to portray. I feel immersed and like I'm in this world, and it felt very high quality, especially like you see the dragons flying. I don't think that the CGI really misses a beat. I think they visually did a outstanding job in this episode. I also really enjoy the performances that were given by all of these characters, even the ones that I don't like. Every character feels invested, they feel committed to their roles, and it's believable in the role that they play. Rhaenyra said 4 words this entire episode, and her presence is absolutely felt. You know what she's thinking and what she's feeling without her having to even speak. She was very intense. I liked the scene a lot where she found the wing of her son's dragon and she just loses it, man, and just breaks down, and you could feel the pain and the hurt and the anger that's going through her. And I thought that she absolutely killed that scene. Like, damn, that was a performance. Now, King Aegon, dude is such a prick, bro. But I will admit, it was really hard to figure out where his heart is. The scene with the table, he's kind of making fun and poking at Tylan, trying to embarrass him, and was almost successful. I think he was a little successful anyway, but you can see that he's very playful. He doesn't really care about what's going on. His answer to everything is really just let it burn. But then we get to the scene where the town folk are kind of giving petitions and asking for things, and he seems very genuine in wanting to help them. Of course, he gets a bit coerced by Otto, but after that scene, it was kind of difficult to figure out, okay, is this dude good in his heart, and maybe he's doing what he feels is necessary to try and win this battle? Or is, I thought at first that he was toying with the town folk. I was waiting for the haha psych, we're not giving you a dang thing. But it didn't go that way, at least not really by his own decision. But I got very intrigued and interested to see how he progresses in the arc that he's going to go through. Now, Prince Aemon, I find to be a very interesting character, even though he kind of looks like the Queen of Hearts little lackey, but he's a very stoic, collected, yet extremely sinister type of character. He's a master swordsman, and you can really tell that he's the one to handle business, but he is also impulsive, and you can see the anger that lingers. And his arc too, I'm very curious to see how that progresses. I actually have a small feeling that he's going to flip sides by the end of this series, but we'll see. Alicent, I think, is one of the most compelling characters of this series. She definitely takes no bullshit, but I also feel like you can see that she doesn't really want to fight Rhaenyra, her childhood friend. She even went and lit a candle in Lucerys's honor, but also when it comes down to it, you can see that she's willing to do what is needed to be done, and I find that a very interesting characteristic. And also, I don't know, you guys are gonna have to game me up, but do we feel that she is the bad one of all of this? Because when you think about what she's doing, she wholeheartedly thought that it was the late King Viserys's wish to have Aegon on the throne. So in her own mind, she's kind of honoring what she thinks was the last wishes of her late husband. Could they be self-motivated? Yeah, I believe so, a little bit. But do we feel like she is the villain of this? Because if you ask me, I don't really think either of them stand as the villain. Rhaenyra feels that her throne has been usurped because of what her father told her. Alicent feels like Rhaenyra is the one who is trying to usurp, also because of what she thinks the king told her. So it really just kind of feels like a tragic battle that doesn't really need to happen, but nonetheless is going to. But I think that one of the bigger strengths of Alicent is her ability to be patient while plotting in the background, because it seemed that her and Otto maybe are plotting for a takeover, not so much in a violent way, but maybe a subtle takeover where Alicent starts running things. And I'm definitely excited to see how that all plays out and ends by episode 8. So I'm very excited for the next episode, because even though, as I said, I don't feel like Alicent really wants to go to war with Rhaenyra, I definitely feel like there is no holding back now, especially the end of the episode. You know, and the way that that boy was killed, mixed with the way that Rhaenyra was feeling when she finally shows back up at the table, you could see it in her eyes that she wants blood. But she also might be kind of broken down because they killed the wrong son. She asked for Aegon. But I also think that this is going to take away any of the compassion that Alicent has for Rhaenyra, and it's about to go down, and I'm excited to see that. It's going to be a brutal war between House Green and House Black. It's gonna be wild. As I said, I am a normie into this world, but this show probably has me the most invested and the most excited, rather than a lot of the other shows that are running right now. We have great performances, there's great tension being built up, even when there's no fighting. The dialogue is doing an amazing job at keeping the story moving forward and keeping us invested into what's going to happen. It's great world building, great cinematography, and I hope that the conversation that's around this show gives us a bit more positive things to engage with, because that's fun. But those are my thoughts on House of Dragon episode 1 season 2. Let me know what you think. If you're well versed into that world, if you've read any of the books, let me know where you think this is going or how they might change things up. Game me up a little bit, because I do need to get my knowledge up on this world. Make sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy this video. It does a lot and I appreciate it, so thank you. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you're updated when I drop new videos and we talk more about the House of Dragon and I get to share with you guys what I learned. So have a great rest of your day. I'm out, and remember, y'all stay geeked up.